Yo, man, it's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the social norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge? Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean canteen and beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information, from relations to dating to when your leader gets impatient. They're lacing the nation every Monday, Wednesday, and
Yeah, yo. You already know what it is, man. We back it again with another one. I'm your boy Canteen. This my man Beans.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, man, it's the social norm. Today's episode is episode 284, and it's called "How Big Is Too Big." And this is an episode that might get us in some trouble, but okay, we're gonna still do the damn thing. Beans, before we get into this episode, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You know, me and Beans, we do our videos every Monday and Friday around this time. All right. So look, Beans, what first off, what's the biggest girl you've ever dated?
I haven't dated. I've never really
Follow on that. Let's keep it above. What's the biggest girl you ever been with? Because see, we all know there's a lot of girls out there that guys will mess with, but they won't actually claim. We in 2025, so don't put no lies out there.
I gotta go back some years. You got to understand. I've been out the game for a long time, so I'm gonna say maybe pushing 210. That's it. That's the
biggest you done got was 210. Not even on some like gargoyle,
biggest I ever gone.
Dracula only at night come out and play.
That's it.
210, huh?
That's big as ever.
How tall was she?
She about my height.
So she really wasn't that big.
No, I told you, I have never really been with a big.
Because how much you weighing?
Right now, I'm $190.
So she about your size.
About my size. That's the biggest I've ever gone.
All right. Well, I'm completely different. Me being a big dude myself, I have dealt with some real heavyweights. You know, and I don't know the exact number because let's keep it. Women don't like to tell guys how big they are.
And let's be clear, there's nothing wrong with a plus size woman. Let's be clear about that.
No, there isn't. There isn't. I actually some of them are better than the ones who are regular size. More fun and everything. But I'm gonna go and say, if I had to guess, estimate, I'm gonna say the biggest girl I ever dealt with, she probably weighed 300. Probably about 330, 340.
Okay.
That's about the biggest I dealt with. It's a lot.
Now the question is, like, does that limit what y'all do, or does it like versus smaller women? Like,
yeah. I mean, it limits what you do because if you a big, I'm a bigger person. If she a bigger person, I mean, unless she's like a flexible person or what, you know, two big people, it can be pretty difficult sometimes in the bedroom. But average size people, you ain't gotta work around too much. So, but regardless, this wasn't the episode what it was about. I just wanted to know for my own.
I haven't really
dealt with the big,
because you know what, honestly, bigger women say I'm too skinny.
Really? Because see, that's the opposite of what I've gotten. I've seen a lot of big women who like skinny guys.
Well, maybe just women I've run into. You know,
have you really? But you never really have tried a really like a BBW big girl.
No,
a full on. She got the belly.
None of that. I didn't think I was a type, to be honest. So up until recently.
Okay.
Up until recently, I should say.
Because I've definitely seen you turn down a few big girls.
Yeah, because honestly,
that wasn't your type.
Wasn't my type.
So the reason we came up with this episode was because, unfortunately, in America, a lot of us are getting super duper obese.
Yes.
It's getting out of hand. It's almost getting out of hand and the people who are getting to these sizes are almost delusional when they have to when they can't go on a ride, when they have to pay for 2 tickets to go on a plane ride.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that happen.
Or a bus ride, when someone denies them of something based off of the fact that they're so large that you can't even, like, you would damage whatever they're trying to use.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even, people are so quick to say it's body shaming. It's just that whatever service you are, that they can't accommodate you. No. That's all it is. It's not
safely. They can't accommodate. People forget that when you are a business, there's liability that you face if you are not putting the customer in a safe environment.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, if you weigh like a tractor trailer truck, that type of weight could affect the actual functioning of whatever thing there is. Now, the reason we bring this up is we came across a video of this rapper called Dak D. Moss. All right, she's a female rapper. She's a plus size woman, probably super plus size, and she has this video out where she was denied of a Uber ride.
Yes, Uber or Lyft or whatever it
Uber
was.
or Lyft from the driver because of how big she was. We're gonna watch the video and then we're gonna go ahead and give our opinions on it. Let's get into it. Let me upload this video. Make it big screen. There we go. All right. I'm gonna pull it back.
Y'all cannot cancel the man for telling the truth. So this rapper is trying to make a Uber driver face backlash because he said that she would not fit in his car, but he said it respectfully. I'm about to play the clip.
So you telling me I can't get in the lift because I can't fit in your car? What makes you think I can't fit in the car?
Come on, bro.
She said, "What make you think I can't fit in the car?" Lady, you have 3 legs. You have 3 sections of legs from that separate each other.
And I feel bad for the dude because you can't be like, look, you're too big. Like, you can't just
listen.
You can, but you're gonna look bad.
The fact is, this girl is probably 5 foot nothing. What would you say her weight is?
She gotta be 300 easy.
300 easy? Yeah. Dude, she over 300. Dude, she's probably 390 or 400 pounds at probably 5 feet. She has 3 legs.
At what point, when you get that big, you like, okay, look,
her legs,
I need to realize the reality of the situation. I cannot get in this car.
The fact that she's arguing with the Lyft driver that she can't fit in this car, and he's telling her, I don't think you can fit in this car. She delusional already. Why do you think I can't fit in the car? Well, sorry that your legs look like a mountain range.
He's being respectful. Like I didn't play the whole clip, but he literally was telling you that he just feels like his vehicle doesn't have enough space for you. He said that he would cancel the trip, and so you get your money back so that you could order a larger vehicle to be comfortable in. I'm saying this in the most respectful way, because I do not want no TikTok guideline. but you're trying to make him out to be a bad guy on social media, saying that, oh, he's weight shaming, he's this, that. He's not weight shaming. He never spoke on your. He never disrespected you. He stated that he does not think his vehicle can handle you being in his car. So he stated he will cancel it and make sure they get you a better vehicle that would be able to fit you. What do you guys think about this TikTok? I am not shaming anybody.
My thing is, has she ever flown? And
Well,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, this is the thing. A lot of us, including myself, obesity is a slow process. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of consistency to continue to eat bad food for your body, for you to gain the weight, the excess weight that she has gained. I have dealt with being overweight. I am overweight. You have dealt with being overweight.
has that ever happened to you? Where they said somebody was like, "Look, we're gonna need you to
listen." When I a couple years ago, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I went to Disney World with my friend, my best friend, and his wife.
Mhm.
I could not ride certain rides because of the size I was. I couldn't fit in the seats. It wouldn't allow me to get on the rides. You had to be a certain dimension to be able to sit in the ride. If you can't sit in the seat safely and strap in, they're not gonna let you go on the ride.
That's true, because they gotta have that.
It's dangerous for you. It's
yeah.
dangerous for everybody else. Cool.
Yeah.
So I had to miss out on a lot of different rides. Another time that I had to face of me being too big was when I was on an airplane. So I've always tried to get the exit rows.
Yeah.
I try to go the emergency exit row seats because a little bit more room, leg room, and whatnot. Well, one of the rules of the emergency exit row seats is you cannot use an extension for the seat belts.
Okay, I didn't know
If you
that.
cannot sit in a regular seat with the regular seat belts without any extension, you cannot sit in the exit rows. Okay, because they feel like if you need an extension, you're so large,
you won't be able to get up and move.
You're not going to be able to help anybody because you can barely help yourself. Okay. So there's been times before I started losing the weight, when I was over 400 pounds, I could not sit in the exit rows. They've literally told me, if you cannot, I'd either have to squeeze in there and barely get it, or if I couldn't get it, they'd have to tell me, look, I had to reseat you. And they would reseat me. And that literally was so embarrassing. But I had to realize that was like a reality check. Like, yo, you're so large, you can't even sit in a seat.
Yeah, that's gotta be
without an extra extension. So
and a lot of these things are made, cars, planes, they're made in certain specifications. They don't have, I hate to say it like this, they don't have plus size people in mind when these things are made. Now I realize it. I didn't know, learning from this, they have like Uber XL.
Yes.
I guess it's for bigger people.
Yes.
And I guess she got offended because the Uber driver told her, like, well, I'm gonna give you a bigger vehicle. Yeah, I'm gonna give you your money back. You can get on Uber XL and get it like that.
And this is my thing. If you're in delusion, which a lot of people who are obese are, they think I'm doing enough. They think it's like I can walk, I can get it off of me, and it's bigger than that. It's a genetic disposition of how you were born, but also a continuation of you eating the wrong foods over a long period of time.
That's true.
Some people, and the longer you are obese, the harder it is to lose the obesity.
Yeah. I had I know two people. One of my friends, he's not only like he has weight on him, but he's actually how tall is he? I think he's like 6'7", 6'8". So no matter what, he has to, when he flies on a plane, he has to sit
on the outside
emergency plane.
This is my thing. Now, people who are tall, 6'8", 6'10", whatever, if they're big, they actually have a better chance to lose obesity because they're naturally a taller people. They naturally weigh heavier anyway.
Mhm.
But people who are short and overweight, that's the hardest form of trying to get rid of obesity.
Yeah.
Because you're not even you're not supposed to be that big.
No. And the crazy thing is, like watching 600-pound life and stuff, like I actually knew somebody who, when they needed to go for surgery and stuff like that, they had to call the fire department. They actually had to cut.
You knew somebody in real life?
Yeah, that big. They had to cut a hole in his wall
to get him out.
How old was he?
Hey,
man, how old was he? At the time, he was like 35.
How does someone 35 get that large that fast?
He would the stuff.
Was he always big? Have you always seen?
As far as I know, he was always
a bigger
kid. But he just kept. His eating habits were the worst. It was like he would get eating. It was a vicious cycle. He would be depressed because he was big, and he would eat
because he's depressed.
Because it was a bit. I'm like, look, and that's how I tell people, like, when you're in that mode, you got to find a different way to
listen. If you were let's say you were his brother, and he lived with you. You and him, that's the only one there. How would you have handled?
So because he was so big, he could barely get out of bed.
Yes.
So at some point, it ain't his fault. It will be mine because I'll be one bringing him the food. So what I would do is, are you hungry? Here goes salad and water. There you go.
Fuck that. She throw it against the wall. I want Burger King.
Okay, well, go ahead and go get it. That's the time I would be home.
You would just say,
and then the next day, I'm hungry. Oh, okay, here goes salad and water.
So you would pretty much starve him.
Yeah,
until he's able to get up and go get it himself.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I'm gonna take it a step further, and I know this illegal as hell. I'm handcuffing him
to the bed.
You're not going nowhere. We're gonna solve this problem
today. This is gonna be
this year. This year is the year for you.
You're gonna be butt 50 by the time we
I ain't gonna say you're gonna be that small, but you're gonna be where you can move and get yourself around, wipe your own ass.
Here goes the thing. His parents actually sent him to, and I didn't know this was a real
Were
thing.
they big?
Like, no.
Really?
No, they weren't, which was crazy. He was big. His son started to get big. But after, unfortunately, he died because of his weight.
His son died?
My friend.
The one who had to go through the door.
Yeah,
he's dead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, dude.
You be talking about me.
That shit ain't right, dude. That shit ain't right.
You be talking about me.
No. I'm wrong. I don't know why the way you said it. The way I wasn't expecting that, and it threw me off. I'm sorry.
Okay, so he died.
God forgive me.
But his parents sent him to like a fat camp. I think it was called Freedom Village, and he had shrunk down to my size when he came back.
And he gained all the way back again.
He gained it all the way back. I was like, dude, what? I said, yo, what are you doing?
It's the environment.
Yeah.
That's the environment. It has to be.
Yeah. At that point, I was like, okay, y'all feeding him this shit. Y'all doing this.
Because how do you get to big as a house, and take you to this place, you lose all the weight to where you a normal sized person, and then you go back into the environment and you gain all the way back.
It was his environment that did it.
Wow.
So he ended up
killed him.
And unfortunately it did. It was sad. And unfortunately, when he what is going on?
I am wrong as hell.
You are.
I don't know why it's making me. I get nervous when I laugh.
Listen, our job did this to us. Okay,
it did.
Years ago, I wouldn't have laughed at that shit at all.
I'm not trying to laugh at your friend. I apologize.
And this is how bad it was.
I'm just.
He was
I'm picturing it. That's what's killing me.
Unfortunately, he was so big we couldn't carry him at his funeral. Like they just had to they had a picture.
Did they just cremate him?
Yeah, they couldn't. There was no coffin.
He was that big.
He was that big. There was no coffin his size. None of that. they had to cremate him, and we just had to have
A picture of his.
a picture of him.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
How big? How big was the picture? I'm just
I
asking.
knew you was gonna ask me that shit.
I just
man.
want to know how big was the picture. How
Yeah.
wide was it, dude?
It was pretty big.
Did it fit his whole body in the picture?
No, it was just his head.
And I know he had a wide ass head too.
God,
Damn, that's
yes.
crazy.
It is sad. For some reason, I had forgotten about it. He had died years ago.
What was his name?
Damon.
Damon. Rest in peace, Damon.
Yeah, it was just.
Now you got the forever buffet up there, man. Do you think?
God, you with this shit, man.
I'm just look. I want to believe that if you go to heaven, your life is your dream.
He's probably skinny up there.
And all you can eat buffet.
Oh, you can eat buffet.
There we go.
But yeah, I just as many times I've watched, maybe that's why I kind of connected with my 600-pound life, because maybe it subconsciously it made me think of him.
That makes sense.
Because I actually enjoyed the show.
What did you do when you were dealing with your struggles of weight gain? Because I remember you for the moment when you were big. You were getting big. You were chubby. I would say you were chubby. I'm gonna say you was fat. You was chubby. You was probably right before you could say you fat.
Yeah, I was on the cusp.
You had passed chubby.
Yeah,
and you was on the cuff of being considered fat.
One sandwich away from.
What was your biggest weight?
235.
235. And not a good 235.
No,
it was like
a mess.
It was a sloppy 235.
Yes.
All his weight, and you say you what 190 now?
190, yeah.
Yeah, the 45 pounds he had was all in his face,
In my stomach.
in his stomach. He had a pot belly stomach,
Like a pregnant worm. It was weird.
and then his cheeks was just really bloated, and it was just like damn. I'm like. And me, I've been big for a while. I don't never, I know my face is bigger and I know I'm a big person, but my naturally way, I never had like a big face.
I've always had chubby cheeks though, even when I was.
Yes.
I could never get rid of these things.
Then hey, that's part of you. But
this is what it is.
What was your coming to reality moment?
Yeah, I am fat.
That you're like, what the fuck?
Okay. It's something so simple, but I can laugh at it now. So on our job, we got to wear white t-shirts.
Yes.
Right. Under our uniforms.
Mhm.
I put on a white t-shirt and I feel this draft. And I'm like, man, it's cool. I look down. My stomach is starting to hang.
Rise up.
My stomach's trying to start to hang under the t-shirt. It's like my t-shirt.
Was your shirt coming up or was your stomach hanging over the
My stomach
under?
was hanging down.
Oh wow.
I was like, oh no. It's like, no.
It's just you, the mirror, and that shirt in your
Stomach.
gut.
And I almost had that I had that 2 second denial, like, man, the shirt shrunk. This shirt got small. No, I got bigger.
I looked in the mirror and said, no, nigga, that's you.
That's you who got bigger.
Yeah, that shirt been the same size it's
like,
always been.
Oh, I was like, oh no, we ain't doing this. Immediately the next day, I was in the gym. You understand me?
You said I'm not doing this no more. Huh?
Nope, no more.
Do you feel like you were in for those? How long how do you think you had started to gain the weight from where you are right now to get into this weight? To get into the 240.
I just hadn't noticed it. I wasn't even in denial. I just
doing you.
I was eating, and a lot of it was stress eating. I had to learn.
I learned that's a huge part of weight gain.
Yes,
it's stress.
Yes, and I see
cortisol gets excreted out when you're stressed out, and it causes insulin levels to rise.
Yes,
I'm assuming your stress came probably from work, came from your relationship,
a lot of it,
bills, things like that, right?
A lot of stress. I had to learn to convert the way I feel. Instead of eating, I had to find another way to.
So what was your avenue?
So the avenue was the gym, different hobbies. When I felt stressed out, things like that, I did go to therapy and talk my way through problems, so I could recognize
when they were getting triggered.
when I was getting triggered. Yes.
So the therapy helped a lot with the stress.
It really did.
Okay.
That's why I push it
so much to everybody else.
Yeah, that's why people, stress doesn't help, or therapy doesn't help. Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It does, because I can testify to that. So I ended up learning to deal with it. And another thing was too, we live in a state where winters get pretty bad. So I was stuck in the house a lot.
Yeah.
So I had to find indoor hobbies.
You know what I started doing? Me and my lady started going to the mall and walking.
Mm-hmm.
In the wintertime, when you don't like walking outside, you don't want to get cold, just go to the mall.
Yeah.
Leave your wallet in the car.
You got to.
Leave your wallet in your car. You could, if you want to bring your phone, you can, but just go in the mall and just start walking. Mm-hmm. People watch. Look, but just keep walking.
Yep.
You do that, you go back and forth from the mall about 4, 5, 6, 10 times. Do that for about an hour. You'll be like, yo, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good enough exercise.
Yep.
So,
and I had part of the stress reliever too. I had learned to, like, once a month, or maybe once a month, I would take $100 and buy something nice for myself.
Okay.
Just to kind of practice some sort of self-love. I get back to that.
Let's get into another video. I really don't know what this is, but we're going to start from the beginning. It says this.
Take a village. I know, right?
I have something to tell you. From the very first day I laid eyes on you, I knew you was the one for me. I knew you was my soulmate. I feel like God specially made you for me. They say sometimes you gotta wait your turn, and it's my turn. But my turn not gonna end. I'm a winner, and I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna win you. I want this forever. I want you forever. So I have one question.
What'd she say?
I want you forever, and somebody said I have a question.
I gotta go back because I don't want to miss none of this stuff.
So I have one question.
Oh, you got a question?
Gregory King, will you marry me?
I don't believe this.
Listen,
I think this is fake.
Ladies, please don't force a man's hand. Do not ask men if he can marry you. First off, let me tell you why. One, it's too much responsibility for a man to be a woman's husband, and it's not his choice.
Yeah.
You got to choose. It's like you being a correction officer. If it's different, if I was your dad and I forced you to become a correction officer, you chose this life. There's nothing you can say that if it whatever come with it.
Yeah, because you chose.
But if you didn't get to choose to be a correction officer, God help you. Let's see.
I'm in love with my baby mother, yeah. Like, I don't know what else to say. I'm in love with my baby mother. I don't know what you got going on here, but
Is this a joke?
it's not a joke.
What
I really don't believe it.
No, this is some kind of setup or something. Like, I don't.
What she
I really
doing
don't believe
here?
this.
I invited her here. I told you this shit wasn't gonna work anyway. You look like a fool. You down here on one day.
Wow. Okay. This is why I don't believe it. So the best friend invited the baby mama to embarrass her friend?
No, I think she invited the baby Baba to show him he don't like you that he like you, but he love his baby mama.
Yeah.
And when you got the main chick right there, which is the baby mama or whatever, and the second chick or whatever, the one who thinks she gonna be number one. See, this is the problem with women, and this is why that woman, if you listen to when she gave her speech, she says, I'm going to win, I'm going to win you. Women don't look at men like men look at women. women look at men as a competition with other women. When you with your lady, you don't think of her as competition with other dudes. You could give a flying fuck about other dudes.
That's true.
I don't care about what guys you done been with, who you done talk to. It don't matter to me. All I care about is how you treat me and what we do, what we got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Women be caring about who your exes were. They want to be the best woman in their minds than every other woman. It's a competition for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why women get so agitated in the summer or in the fall when they seeing all these women on Facebook getting married. Their best friend getting married, their girlfriend getting married, their cousin getting married, and they not getting married. They're comparing themselves to where the other girls are. That's what
tell
they
them all
do.
the time. You gotta stop doing that.
So when she's like, I'm gonna win you, they think we're the prize to win. And if we get to be their husband, like that's the ultimate prize for them. Somebody's taking me under their wing to be their husband, to be their wife.
Yeah, it's not that, oh, I got this man. It's that I beat her.
Yeah, I beat her. I have this guy, and the other girls couldn't get this guy. They're not like, yo, I want you, regardless of who wanted you, regardless of what you do, regardless of whatever, I want you because of what you mean to me. They don't present it that way.
Mm-mm.
So when I say a lot of women are not really genuine, they're not. That's why so many men out there in America where women, the wives are mistreating their men and the men are miserable because they realizing that the woman isn't really for him. They were more work. You know what they were for? They were for that wedding day. They were for the planning of the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
They were for that engagement ring, the wedding ring. Everybody saying, look at her. She's so great. That's what she's so beautiful in her dress. That's what they were wanting for. They're not wanting to build you up when you've lost your job and they need to take a second job so y'all can pay the rent or pay the mortgage. That's the type of woman you want. Right, that's the type of woman men are looking for. The one who ain't she's not in no competition with nobody else. She ain't comparing herself to you, comparing herself to what your ex did.
Mm-hmm.
She's just trying to do what she could do the best of her abilities.
That's it. And I always had to tell certain women that, like, y'all look at marriage as the finish line.
Yeah,
that's the starting line, because that's when the real work begins.
And a lot of women who say they want that, are they really prepared to take on the sacrifices it takes to get that?
It's a lot of work. Work to get together, work to stay together.
On both sides.
On both sides, yeah, 100%.
And when you're dealing with a woman like that, I'm not saying she wouldn't treat him right. I'm just saying she'll probably get mad at him, right? She'd probably be mad at him. He did the best thing he could do for her.
Told her the truth.
Told her the truth. He said, listen, I'm in love with my baby mother. I'm not in love with you. And if I was to take you on as my wife, you would play a backseat role.
It's unfortunate. It sounds bad, but he did the best thing for her.
He did. He could have said, yeah, I'll take it. String her along, use her, abuse her. She probably would have took care of him. She clearly loves this man. But the problem with love is it's got to be a two-way street.
It has to be reciprocated.
You could love me, and but see, Diane, I'm gonna say this though. He might be making a mistake. And the only reason why I say that is I remember listening to a pimp. He said, fuck with the one who fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fuck with the one you want. Because the one you want gonna bring hell to you.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna cause you to go through all these circles, and
it's a reason why they not together. There's a reason why him and the baby mama not together.
Exactly. She bring him all kind. So my thing is, why wouldn't he just say, listen, you could be my wife, but you're gonna have to accept my baby mom too. What do you think
she might have did it?
She might have.
If you down for me like that.
But how many women are actually down for a man like that?
Not too many.
Their ego can't come to.
Mhm.
They can't.
A lot of women like the idea of marriage,
Yeah.
but when it comes to reality of it, can't handle it.
And a lot of women, you know, I don't know, the whole obeying a man.
Yeah.
If you can't obey a man, then you ain't really trying to.
I knew this girl in high school. She actually wanted to. She wanted to get married so bad.
God damn, when you spent 20.
She wanted to get married so bad. She finally gets it. And I see her like 3 months later. And I said, "Oh, how's everything going with you and your new husband?" I said, "Dude, she looks so stressed."
Yeah.
She was like, "Yo, I didn't think it would be like this." I was like what? She said, "It's a lot of work." I was like, "Yeah, didn't nobody tell you?" I said, "Unfortunately, they sold you this fairy tale.
It ain't a fairy tale.
It's not.
It's the hardest thing you ever gonna do.
Yeah, this is work,
and the payoff might not be what you think it's gonna be.
Yeah."
Let's get into it. It says, when you spend 2024 calling women pick-me's and blaming men for your choices, and it finally catches up with you.
2024 calling women pick-me's and blaming men for your choices, and it finally catches up with you. God. Now look at the white broads. Black women. These are the women that y'all be talking about. That's crazy. And look at the black broad by herself. God damn, ain't nobody wants you, baby. Now, white women, they love acting a victim now. They love calling the police. When shit don't go their way, they call police. White women love crying. For no reason, Jake. But we're not finna talk about this.
They do.
We're finna
love
talk
to cry.
about the black woman right now. Black women won't level up with you. Black women will shit on black men. They will shit on you the whole year. Now, this is what I'll say. Not all white women will support you, but a lot of them will. At least that's what I've used to. I mean, white women are very submissive, whereas black women are not.
Okay.
I'm going to let you go first because you are dating a black woman. I am not. I'm dating a white woman.
Now, I've never dated a white woman.
Never.
So I don't know what that's like. And really, I have two things to say about this picture. One, we don't know the context of the picture.
Yes, you do.
That could be their sister.
All the white girls?
No. The black girl on the end could be all those brothers' sister. That look like a family photo.
Okay, well, let's say they are all of their brothers and sisters. Where's her man?
Okay, I understand that. I get that. I'm trying to look at it objectively.
You're trying to give her a pass.
I'm not trying to give her a pass. She could be screwing up.
It's Christmas time, Beans? Where's your man?
I get it. I get what you're saying because that's just like the same argument about these pro athletes, these college athletes ending up with these white women.
Listen,
I get it.
Hold on. Where was this? Hello.
What up, man?
Hey, what up, Dad?
Yeah, home or no?
I'm at home. You know what day it is?
Oh, it is the show. Okay. All right, well, I'm just trying to catch up with you, that's all.
All right, I'll call you after I get out.
All right, later.
Bye. Wouldn't be an episode if Pops didn't call during.
We gotta have him on here one day.
I know, right? Come on, Dad.
That'll be day he ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, he like, I'm like, he see that little light on. He be like, I don't know about this, y'all. I told him, I said I wanted to bring him on and do some stories. He was like, I want to tell because I want him to say it how he say it.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be that political. Camera's watching me, so I got to talk proper.
No, just say what you say, man.
But what are we talking about?
How this black woman is.
Yes. Okay. My thing is this: everybody knows, especially at this age, when you 30 up, holidays come around, Valentine's Day come around. If you ain't got nobody willing to claim you, willing to take a picture with you, what you got? You don't got nobody. You ain't got nobody that want to claim you. And for a woman, being claimed is a pretty big deal to them. It's a big deal.
Yeah. That's true.
because they know, and I'm gonna tell you why it's a big deal for women. They understand how difficult they really are, and for a man to take on the burden of being with a woman, she must mean a lot to him, right?
I get what you're saying.
So if all these women are taken pictured by a man, knowing all women are burdens, why is she not with a man? That means she's such a burden more than these other women that no man even wants to take that on. That's how I feel about it.
Mm.
And as far as what he said about the white women being submissive, I've seen both. White women are, and I can say this for a fact, white women are more submissive than black women. As a whole.
As a whole.
As a whole. There are individual white women who are just knuckleheads and stubborn and all that. All women are stubborn in some capacity.
Yes. I think
Need some gum.
I think where we go wrong is, man, is when if you like white women, okay. That's fine. That's your preference. That's fine. I think when you start I think where we go wrong when you say, well, white women are better because of this, white women are better because of that. I think that's when, if it's true or not, I think this is where the animosity starts.
I'm not saying white women are better than black women. I'm saying they're more submissive.
Yeah, and okay, I get what you're saying. And maybe
they're more agreeable.
And maybe that's how black women are taking it. Like you're saying they're more submissive, but maybe they hear, well, he's saying they're better than me. I'm speculating. I'm just
better.
Trying to
better is an individual thing.
Yeah,
because there's better black women than white women, and there's better white women than black women.
That's true.
It's an individual thing. Is who's better. It depends on what you're looking for as a person.
Yeah,
but as a whole, as a group, white women are a little bit more agreeable than black women because they just want to be liked, I think.
And my thing is,
black women are not so much wanting to be liked. They're more wanting to be respected than liked.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they think a lot of times black women think with egos. So they think being submissive is going to make themselves look weaker and they won't be respected, which is unfortunately the total opposite of how men are.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think a woman who is agreeable, who's submissive, I give more respect to them than the ones who are stubborn or confrontational.
Okay. What do you feel about this?
Go ahead.
Dr. Umar Johnson said this. I heard this.
Umar.
I know that dude. He said the reason why, because he's so pro-black, he said the reason why black men choose white women or women that are lighter than them, because subconsciously they hate themselves. I know. I had the same look when I was like, all right,
that's a fucking stretch.
So I know subconsciously they hate themselves,
mm-hmm.
and they hate their dark skin, so they want to be with white women to lighten up their lineage.
No,
this is what it's not word for word, but it's kind of what he said.
Okay, so I'm gonna be a person who has been with black women and has been with white women. The reason I'm with this woman right now is not because she's white.
Okay.
It's not because she's I don't like black women. It's because when I dated from my history, all the black women I've dated as a majority, I have not gotten the submissiveness I was looking for.
Okay.
I have not gotten the agreeability.
The results that you
Yes, there wasn't the agreeability I was looking for. It wasn't the femininity I was looking for. Not saying they weren't feminine, they just weren't the type of femininity I was looking for. Okay.
Now, okay, go ahead.
I always grew up wanting a black wife and the black kids and have a black family. That's what I always was growing up thinking I was going to have.
Now, do you still think you can have that?
No, I don't think I can have it now because I'm with someone that's not black.
Okay.
You know, I'm still my kids. I mean, if I ever had kids with her, I mean, my kids will still be black. They just won't be my type
Just
of black.
black,
They
yeah.
won't be just black. So, and
do you think? Okay,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you think women are like this because of how we've treated them over the years? I'm gonna give you an example. The woman I'm dating, she's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this guy. I was getting my hair cut in Staten Island, and he was telling me how aggressive Bronx women are.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, why? So why are they all like this?"
Yeah.
Because I was at a party, and there was a few who were aggressive towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Not and saying he said the reason why the women are aggressive is because the men are aggressive.
No, I don't believe.
And they say, "Well, this is
okay." I'm listening.
gonna,
okay.
He's saying the way they come at the women are aggressive, so they have to be aggressive in return.
No. Okay, you want me to give my opinion?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't believe that. I believe women set the tone. If a woman is aggressive and she's acting very masculine, then men, more masculine men are going to be having to attract her, because a man who's not as masculine to her as her, she's going to run over. Right? If you ever notice a woman who's super feminine, who's super submissive, who's in her femininity 100%, she is a woman. She don't have no male. She treats herself like a lady. She carries herself like a lady. I don't care how tough a man is. When a woman comes into the building like that, it makes every man bring his respectability towards her.
That's true.
Cater to her, make sure she's safe, make sure she's not treated disrespectfully. It just comes out of us because she's carrying herself like a lady. When you're not, but when a woman isn't carrying herself like a lady and she's aggressive, she's what up, motherfuckers, da da da. She's being like almost like a man. It ain't that men, the less masculine men, right, are going to reject her. Right, they're gonna fall back from her because like, yo, that's too much. I can't deal with that. The most masculine man, he's gonna look at her like, you're still a girl. I don't give a fuck what you, all that tough talk. I'll put you down, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's gonna be attracted to the man who knows who the hell he is. He's masculine enough to say, I don't care what you look like or how you acting. I know you're a woman. You can't shake me. But the men who ain't as confident, ain't as masculine, they're going to be shaken by a woman who's talking shit, a woman who's coming at him aggressively. A real man who masculine will laugh at her. Like, what is you doing? What is you doing, little one? He's not going to look at her, no threat, no how. But men who are not that masculine are going to be threatened by someone who's that aggressive. Me, I just don't, I had to learn this about myself. I don't like women like that. I don't like women who come off masculine, who want to argue, who want to be combative and not agreeable with what I'm doing. So the fact that I found a lady who wants to cater to me, wants to be submissive, wants to be feminine, you know, wants to be a girl around me, be ladylike, I naturally try to treat her like a lady.
So at the end of the day,
yeah,
because I'm a little older than you.
Yeah,
I'm a lot older than you, but
old ass.
Like situations like this, this. Oh, I guess you want to say argument. I don't know what you want to call the situation.
What we talking right now?
Yeah, like no,
Debate.
like the whole black
white
dudes with white women. How do we get past this as black people?
Women need to stop listening to women. A lot of the problems in the black community for black women is they've been taught by other women, and the cycle continues on how they think they should treat black men or how they should treat men in general. A lot of women, black women, have been hurt, right? have been hurt by a black man
Mhm.
emotionally, probably from their father not being around, and then they have a skewed or betraying them in some way. And a lot of women, unfortunately, have been sexually abused by men at young
That's true.
ages,
That's true.
whether it be their uncle, whether it be a guy they liked at school, whatever case may be, they have been messed with. So now they already have that, plus they father not stepping up to the plate, either in prison or whatever case may be. So they look at men in a skewed way of men ain't shit.
And okay, and don't you think we as men have a part to play in that too, though?
Oh, 100%.
Because there's this I see this at work, right?
Yes.
I see visits all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this guy who gets a visit by his wife and his son.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the wife or the son treats his mother very disrespectfully because he sees the father treat his mother very disrespectfully.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's and one time he had I don't know if it was his niece or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was doing the same thing in front of the niece. And even the niece started to go in on the mom because of how he was acting towards
he's
his
teaching
wife.
them that it's okay to disrespect
her,
the mother, disrespect the woman, and the little boy and the aunt and the nieces and stuff are reenacting that.
Yeah.
And that's where this is why a father is so important in the household.
Yes.
If you look at a girl who is a daddy's girl, she know her daddy got her back. Her daddy is gonna always be there for her. He gonna protect her. Ain't nothing can get past him.
Mm-hmm.
She got a great relationship with her daddy. Most of those type of women grow up very confident and know who the hell they are, and know that they can accomplish things. But when women don't have that security from their father, that they know a man loved them, they're always trying to seek that through other avenues, through men that don't love them, right? Who treat them bad. And matter of fact, I'm gonna give you an example. Remember, I was just talking to my lady, and she was telling me about how, somebody in her family was not being respected in the workplace.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, I ain't say nothing, but I thought about it in my head. I said, people are treated the way how people treat you is because you allow them to treat you that way. That's how you think about yourself. Because if you didn't think about yourself that way, you wouldn't allow people to treat you that way.
You wouldn't stand for it.
See, the women who allow men to treat them wrong is because they, in their mind, think I'm not worth shit. Because my father showed me I wasn't worth shit.
We're taught this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to take a special type of man to come into a woman's life and show them whatever she been thinking is a lie.
Yeah. It's definitely going to take some work.
And if you got a woman who grew up with their daddy, who been a daddy's girl, who they daddy showed them love, showed them protection, showed them respect, showed them how to treat their mother, she got taught that no man can come into her space talking bullshit, trying to demean her, trying to talk down to her, trying to hit her, trying to do anything but show love to that woman, and she accepted. Because she gonna say that ain't what my daddy taught me. Who the hell you think you is? Get the hell up out of here. And she gonna push him to the curb. And not for nothing, I don't even know if that type of energy would even attract, because the way the woman would carry herself wouldn't even attract a man who's about that type of bull crap. And she would only attract good quality men because her father, she's gonna be looking for her father. But if your father ain't shit, your father was never there. He never stepped up to the plate and loved her and showed her love. She gonna be looking for that.
And the crazy thing is, I know somebody, and okay, let me explain the situation.
Okay,
so
ahead.
I know somebody whose parents were very loving towards each other, and she's a daddy's girl. Her father was there for her.
Okay,
and she picks men who are unfortunately are trash. I don't know how else to say it.
Okay.
And in those instances, where do you think
that come from?
the disconnect is.
Well,
Because I tell this person, you're better than this.
yeah, but see, you
weren't
can
raised
tell
like
you
that.
can tell her to she blue in the face.
Yeah, of
If
course.
she doesn't believe that,
Of course.
she's only going to project what she believes. I would wonder if she's ever been touched.
No,
If somebody been if somebody,
I know this person.
if somebody molested her when she was younger.
Not that, nah.
That you know of. Have you ever asked her?
Yeah.
She said no.
She said no.
Because sometimes
I know this person
good. Well,
very well.
okay. But they keep choosing trash men.
Yes. And they seem like they're getting worse.
Well, a habit can get worse if you keep
Yeah.
doing it. Well, I would ask them what do they think it is? More times than not, a lot of times we know the problem we face. We just don't want to acknowledge it. But if you ask the question enough, they might actually tell you what the real reason they choose ain't shit dudes.
It's true.
What do you think it is?
I honestly think it's if I were to choose, I honestly think it's something like you know what Nightingale syndrome is?
Is that where when somebody gets kidnapped?
No, that's Stockholm syndrome.
Okay, what's
Nightingale syndrome is like you fall in love with, like nurses fall in love with their patients because they've taken care of them. They form some sort of bond.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys I realize they have something, they always have some type of like.
She's a fixer.
Yes.
She thinks she can take somebody and make them better. Okay.
But it's just making
her situation worse.
That's it.
Okay. Does she take care of herself?
Yes.
Because sometimes people can take back seat. Sometimes people find fixers to make them better, make that person better, to stop having to focus on themselves and making them better.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? Like kind of like, oh, I'm working on myself, but I don't have time to work on myself. Let me work on this person.
Yeah. And she takes care of herself too. I've seen, you know, over time things have changed.
Oh, we got some comments. Let me see what they're talking about. That's true. Daddy's firstborn and daddy's a twin. And daddy's twin. Oh, okay. Very true. Like to show some appreciate you showing some love.
Much appreciated.
What is it? What's the name?
Channy Chan.
Oh, it's Channy Chan. All right, appreciate Channy Chan. Yeah, I mean, people, like I said, a lot of times, I think a lot of women do that. A lot of women think if I can take him from this and make him this,
yes,
it'll make me, it'll prove to everyone how good of a woman I am. Right? That's the whole concept. Women always been saying, "Oh, look at for behind every great man, there's a great they say a great woman, right?"
Yes.
And that's what she's thinking. If I could take this man that will be with me and make him great. But see, that's not how it works.
No.
Women don't make men great. What women do is they take a great man, right, and let him and free him up to be great. Okay. If you take an ain't shit man, you can't make him great. All you can do is free up his time to where he can do more ain't shit shit. Okay. That's how that work.
You make lives easier to
That's
maneuver.
Women make men's lives easier so we can do what we were meant to do.
And that is true because I know somebody in my family who's with somebody and she has all her stuff together.
Yeah.
And you would think, you know, and my logic is, okay, she got her stuff together. Let me get my stuff together. But he don't do that. He don't do that.
But see, this is a problem with that.
She allows him to stay.
No, this is the problem with staying with somebody who ain't getting their shit together.
Yeah.
Y'all. It's either this is how it works. If you up here and somebody down here, it's only either they gotta raise their level to get up to where you at, or you gonna lower your level to get to where they at. But you can't do both. It don't work that way. So either she gonna keep pushing and he gonna rise to the occasion, or she's gonna slow her progress up and lower her value. If they ain't willing to work and be better to where your standard is, let them go. Let them figure it out themselves. and then you go find somebody who is up to your standard. Matter of fact, go find somebody who up at a higher standard so you can build yourself up.
Elevate.
But sometimes subconsciously, some women or men like people who ain't shit
Makes them feel
because
better.
it makes them feel like, yo, I'm better than you. You need me. I don't need you.
Yeah,
That's an ego thing.
it's
That's
unfortunate.
some people don't like to be with people where they feel like we're not equally yoked. You're better off than I am, and I'm like the burden. I'm the one trying to get to your standard.
It makes you work, though. It definitely makes you work.
It do, and that's what a woman is supposed to push a man to work. But I don't get the concept of a woman staying with a man who is just freeloading off her.
But we see it all the time
Because
though.
it's the habit. She got used early. It's no different than someone who has a gambling addiction. See, the thing is, you're not addicted to winning. You're addicted to losing. I had to learn that.
Mhm.
Addiction is a stimulant. It stimulates something in your body. You ever feel like shit? The feeling of feeling like shit, there's a strong emotional feel to that. It's no different than when you feel high, like you feel like you're on top of the world. You just won. That feeling is euphoric. Well, the same feeling happens. Your brain don't know the difference between a euphoric feeling of joy or a euphoric feeling of pain and suffering.
That's it.
So
that's why some people could be addicted to like drugs, and some people could be addicted to like eating.
Yes. So when you say it seems like the choices of men she's dating gets worse and worse, it's because subconsciously she's getting a high from dealing with ain't shit dudes and trying to make them better.
Yeah.
Or she giving herself an excuse of why she can't get to where she's trying to go because of these men.
Yeah. I think she likes the drama too.
Some people don't like to really open themselves up to winning.
Yeah.
Because they scared of how it would actually, when there's nothing else holding you back.
Yeah, no more excuses.
No more excuses. When the reality is there was never nothing holding you back. The only thing that was holding you back was yourself.
Yeah. I agree.
But it's easier to blame the postman. It's easier to blame the next door neighbor. It's easier to blame your parents or why you ain't where you supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is you are exactly where you supposed to be. Because you was willing to take the sacrifices.
Yeah.
And maybe some people just, like I said, some people like to be used.
That's true.
You can't, this how I view it. If there's people out there who like to get beat for enjoyment, as crazy as that sounds,
the
y'all.
S&M, the slave and master.
Yes, the slave and masters type of thing. There's people who like to be gagged. There's people who like to get they nuts kicked in. All these crazy things, and they get off on it. Why you think there won't be somebody who likes ain't shit people to be around them?
That's true. Like I said, we see it every day at work.
Yeah.
I know because a lot of these incarcerated individuals,
yes,
they provide women a feeling of being needed.
Listen, man. I was in the vision room one time. I seen a dude. He an inmate. He's in prison. Y'all need to understand something. When you are inmate in prison, that means you can't leave. You is in detention for life. Okay. And a woman took the time out of her day to drive to the prison, go through the process of getting to the vision room. The process is they got to fill out all these forms. They got to strip. They got to go through a metal detector. They got to go. We got to look through your purse or wherever other thing you have. You got to leave things in your car. Okay. You can't bring a certain amount of money. All these rules you got to follow. All right. She did all those things to sit down in an assigned seat that we tell her she got to sit in. He got to sit in the other assigned seat. And then this man commenced to yelling at her, cussing her out. And she sat there and cried and dealt with it. And I said, how can this make sense? she has the freedom to go, and she don't feel like she do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But-
So we on the outside looking in.
Imagine who's in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She's getting something from this. There's no way anybody would stand for this if she wasn't getting something. The emotional attack she needs to feel like shit is where she getting it from. He know this. That's why he do it to her.
Because the arguments be just wow.
Said, no, I don't believe S&M will make you like no shit people. That's a fact. No, you're not getting it. I ain't saying that people who like S&M like no shit people. I'm saying if you can see that people like pain to get off on, then you should be understood that there's people out here who like ain't shit people to get off on. They don't know it. They don't know it for themselves, but that's what it is.
That's their fetish.
That's their thing. They won't tell you that. They won't sit there and tell. They don't understand it maybe themselves. But that's the habit they've created. And that's why they keep getting worse and worse and worse. You're like, damn, like how are you finding these people? I don't know. They just keep coming to me. No, that's because the energy you putting out is what you're trying to get.
Yep.
Why you keep accepting them? Think about it, ladies. You accept men who don't got no car, no job, no this, no that, and then have the nerve to complain about him not having no car, no job, no this, no that, and that you got to pay for everything. Well, you knew that coming into it.
Mm-hmm.
You push all that to the side. For what reason?
I seen an inmate argue with his woman, right? So I walk up to the tickets, they would get loud.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what's your problem? Now, mind you, this dude got a mountain of food on his table.
Okay.
He said, no, her problem is she ain't buy me no honey buns. I said, that's it. I was like, you got a mountain in front of you.
Remember
you mad about some honey buns?
I seen a girl. She was a big girl. Big girl. This guy she came to the prison, talked to her, and he's sitting there. You gonna fucking do it? He whispering to her, but you ever see somebody whisper, but you know they cussing them out? She crying. I don't want to do this. Like, you're gonna fucking do it. If you don't do it, we're never gonna see each other again. She's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to do this. He did that shit for like an hour. Yeah. Then the next hour, I don't know if she finally gave in or what she did, but she was like, he was caressing her. He petting her head. He's like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I love you. You know I love you. You're the only one I want to be with. Right? Listen, I couldn't. I looking at this shit. I said, yo, you can't make this shit up. Right, watch this. The next day,
I remember
the next motherfucking day. Mind you, this girl had been coming to this prison for a while. Nice lady, but she just take this punishment from him. This girl coming to the prison and bring some drugs.
Yeah, I remember.
They catch her ass in with the dog.
Yeah.
Guess what? She get in the room. They interviewing her. They talking to her. She crying. Now I walk by. I see her. Shake my head. I say, you let this fool talk you into, because your self-esteem is so low. This is a woman you could already tell she wasn't no daddy's girl. Daddy didn't love her. Daddy wasn't there for her. Daddy didn't say, I love you. I'm here for you. I'll protect you. Because she showed that she didn't have the self-esteem to tell this motherfucker, I'm not doing that shit. I'm out of here.
And it's sad because you shake your head at the women. I look at the men and I tell, shame on you.
I was ashamed of this
doing this to these women.
And when I seen him in the block, I said, you know, you ain't shit, right? Exactly. He said, what you talking about, man? I said, man, you let that girl bring them drugs in and get caught. And she told you that wasn't she trying to do. And you let it happen. He said, man, I don't know what you're talking about. Man, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And the sad thing is they're just going to go on to the next one.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do.
And that's the thing that the women, the issue with women is if you don't have a father in your life that love you, that take care of you and show you the way of a man, how a man's supposed to treat a woman, what happens is women fall for anything that looks similar to some form of love in their mind.
And it's crazy too, because you ever see a prison wedding? Yeah, I've seen about 8 of them.
God.
I've seen about 8 of them, and the best one The best one was this girl brought her grandmother as a witness to this wedding.
I hope was it a real grandmother with real mom?
A real grandmother.
This bullshit.
Because that's exactly what she was doing. She was
mean mugging to him.
She was furious. Like
did she know it was a wedding?
She found out when she got there.
Oh, she tripping.
And she was like, but because I said, ma'am, is everything all right? Because I hear her talking.
Yeah.
He said, ma'am, is everything all right? She said, this stupid mother ever. She said, look at all these, she was a black woman. She said, look at all these black men in uniform. And you gonna pick the dummy.
Mind you, y'all, when we do prison weddings, it ain't one prison wedding.
It's like
they collect them all up. So
yeah.
it's like 3 or 4. And you come on up, let's do this little damn thing. Okay, move to the side, the next one. So it ain't even like special enough for your own self.
No, it's not. And the thing is, she was cussing the daughter out.
Yeah,
she was cussing out the inmate. It was my favorite wedding because she was like, look at this dummy. All these fine black men sitting here in uniform. You got to pick the dummy that can't do nothing for you. What is wrong?
She just roasting them.
Just roasting them the whole time. And I was like, ma'am, this might be the greatest wedding I've been in. But she made her choice. Like, you got to let her.
What's your name, son?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get. You married? I need to get somebody on.
I was like, look, I got somebody. I'm sorry, I can't do nothing for you.
You got a friend? Somebody said, and sometimes it's not just dads, but grandfathers are important too. Mine was involved in Stevie.
Whoa, when the government
knows my grandpa, very hard working and married for 40 years.
That's true.
40 years.
He a good dude.
It takes a village. Yeah, that's true.
I call him the bestie, OG bestie.
Oh, it's always good when you ain't good with the men of the family.
Good dude.
You know, you can kind of go to them and say, "Look, how you do this? This shit is harder than I thought it would be."
Blink twice.
Yeah, they got you. They got you captive, or
no? It's like no, it's not like that. He a good dude. We actually, I feel bad because when I first met him, now mind you, I had drove to New York City.
Yeah,
and he lives in the Bronx. I call him OG because if you ever been to the Bronx, it's not a game. Okay,
no,
okay. So I'm sitting out. Chan knows this. We're sitting there talking on the couch, and mind you, I'm so tired. I don't realize I'm tired. I literally fall asleep mid conversation with this man.
Hey,
and he wasn't even mad about it. He was like, "Oh, it's like he was driving." He
like, "I've been there before."
Yeah, he was cool about it. I was like, "Oh man," I felt so bad. I was like, "Oh man," I felt
because
first time meeting this man. I'm like,
"I'm boring you, son."
Yeah.
Get this motherfucker out my house.
No, he could have did that because I would have been like, "Yo,
you know what? Yeah, you'd be like, all right, I get that. I'm sorry, sir. Let me get up out of here."
I would have walked out.
I'd be in the car.
I definitely wouldn't wait in the car because the Bronx is a little different.
Oh, it is? I've never been to the Bronx.
During the day, I'm gonna say have a tour guide. That's what I'm gonna say, so you know where to go, where not to go.
Do I need a security team when I'm in the Bronx? He's like,
maybe depending on now, mind you, I haven't seen all of the Bronx. There was actually some good sections that we were in.
What do you think about doing an episode where we let people ask us questions about prison?
That'd be fun.
I think we should do an episode
because there are a lot of misconceptions about it.
Yeah, I think we can, especially now when we dealing with the new technology and they making us.
Yeah,
we need to. With all the things that's been happening in corrections with correction officers, inmates, people getting hurt, I would love to do an episode where people can ask us questions,
anything,
and we can tell them the real truth.
Because prison ain't
our experiences.
Because it ain't what you think it is. Some of it ain't what you think it is,
and some of it is what
some of it is what you think it is. It's like I had this lady ask me. Like we call terminology is big in prison.
Yeah.
Like people, the hole.
Yeah.
Or the box.
Mm-hmm.
This lady thought, this lady thought we actually took inmates
into a box
and threw them into a box or threw them in a hole.
Well, see, yeah, in the movies, it's just a black hole, nothing else. You can't see sunlight.
But that's not
in
reality.
New York State prison. They don't have that.
That's not reality.
They have cells that they can't get out of.
Yeah, they're in lockdown. Well, they don't lock down that much no more.
No, it's very rare. Like I'm pretty sure Marcy probably got locked down.
Yeah. But when you in the shoe, like when we first started, if you was in the shoe, you maybe were let out 1 hour a day.
Yes.
And then you was back in your cell.
That was it. 1 hour
That's
a
what
day,
shoe
24-hour lockdown.
Now
they get more hours of the day than what
Yeah.
they've ever gotten. They
Yeah.
get like maybe 3 hours, 3 hours of the day.
And another misconcept is like in like you see Shawshank Redemption, they put dude in the hole for 2 weeks, right? You can get 2 weeks. But when we first started correction, you can actually get years.
Yeah, there would be the shoe would be they changed it now, but back in the day,
Yeah,
you could be in the shoe for 7-8 years.
yeah. Because when you're in there, they get you when you got in.
Yeah,
and when
based off of the crime,
Yeah.
like there's guys who have committed crimes not only
outside of
in prison, but
yeah.
I mean outside, but in prison. Like
Yes.
they've maybe assaulted an officer
Yes.
or even killed somebody in prison. There's guys who have tried to escape. There's all these different things, and they get time put on their sentence for shoe time. So they might have 7 years shoe time. Well, they're gonna be in the shoe for 7 years.
Yeah, and mind you, so when I first got to this prison, I worked in the box for about 6 months. Right, I worked in the shoe for 6 months straight. I looked at this dude's release date. Now, mind you, it was 2016.
Like
His
29.
It was 2033. He's getting out the box.
And this is not getting out of prison. This is getting out the box.
I was like, yo.
When I tell you, like, the shoe ain't even the shoe no more.
No,
back in the day, the shoe, when I say it held the most violent people,
yeah,
it was the most craziest place because these dudes were in there for years. They didn't most of these guys, they didn't get visits.
Nope.
If they got, because like in the shoe, you can only get one visit
week.
per week.
Yeah.
And at 7 days. So it wasn't like an everyday thing they was getting visits. And if they did get a visit, it was a big deal. But they get out in the yard for 1 hour.
Yep.
23-hour lockdown in a cell. The times they get to get out the cell, they get to get out to go take a shower.
Yep.
And it depends because in some prisons, the shower's already in their cell. So they never leave that.
Never leave.
Remember, you ever been to 5 Points?
Yeah, I used to work there too.
5 Points upstate, they don't leave the cell.
You only came out for the phone. That was it. Phone and yard. And even sometimes the yard.
Hold up. If I'm correct, I don't think they got phone.
They did. It was
in the shoe?
In the shoe, no.
In the shoe, they didn't get no phone.
In the shoe, no. But in the blocks?
Oh, in the blocks, yes.
Yes.
But in the shoe, you don't get, but this how it ain't like that now.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you didn't get no phone. You didn't get no you got one visit per week.
Yep.
You got rec 1 hour a day. And if you was on some bullshit, you said no to rec. That's how that works.
Yeah. You want rec? I know you don't.
Okay, yep.
See, I want rec.
Too late. Right. So, I mean, I would go insane.
I would too.
I would go insane. And a lot of dudes did.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes did not have good social skills with people because they were in the box for so many years.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I don't know. That was a little just rant of the prison system. Let's get into some more videos. Somebody sent me, what did she send? I don't even want to play this because I don't know what she. We'll do this one right here. Did you ever have a job like a not independent health, but it's like a
CNA?
CNA.
Believe it or not, I was one for about a year.
Why I don't trust you? I just don't feel like anybody.
I was actually really good at it. The problem is when you're a male in that field, people tend to look at you like, what's your end game? What's your end game? Why are you doing this?
Because you had to clean up people, right?
Yeah, to clean up people and all the, help them throughout their day.
Now, these are men and women.
Now, mind you, yeah.
You had to clean out some women too?
No. They teach you how to, but really they only put me with the men, which was great because I didn't want to.
Did they have you clean the men off?
No, I just helped them in the shower and they took care of.
Oh, okay. You would just help them move them.
Yeah.
And then the women would take over the cleaning.
No, they would clean themselves. Like they had the shower chairs and things like that.
Okay.
I just needed to assist them in like moving. One guy, his daughter wanted me to come and help him exercise and things like that. It was very minimum with the men.
What about the women?
Now here goes the thing. A lot of women do not want to be taken care of by men. They only want and I had to leave. Yeah, I had to leave that job because there wasn't too many men that needed to get taken care of. So I wasn't working. I only worked like 2 days a week.
Oh, so they were requesting a woman.
Yeah, they would request women.
Well, I wonder why that is. Maybe
Well,
because
it's a
because
gender
they're
thing.
older.
Yeah.
They looking their best.
Yeah, I understand you're comfortable with your own gender. You don't, it's a very compromising position.
You know what? You kind of right because it's weird to say I'm more comfortable with a male doctor than I am a female.
Yeah, it's
doctor.
like a woman having a male gynecologist. You just like, yo, what the hell are you doing?
You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. Look, let's get into this video where this girl was, I guess, a CNA or somebody who watched over people, and the way she watched over them was just different. Let's go.
Have y'all seen the videos of this healthcare worker dancing on her patients' heads? Mm.
All I gotta say for now is angles play a big part, but we're gonna be into that another time. Okay. A lot of people in the comments talking about sexual side.
Did she say angles play a big part?
You dancing on this dude's head. Stop it.
You was on a chair. We could tell you on the chair.
Rape, just all type of dumb shit. Non-verbal. Trust and believe he's verbal, and if he's not verbal to his kins, then I don't know what's going on over there. But around here, he be verbal, and I got proof. What you say? I get my hug. You want to get a hug? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Pause it. Who cares if this man is verbal or not? You're supposed to be in a professional capacity. And twerking on this man's head.
Let me ask you a question. In the time you was working as a healthcare helper, was you? I know you try to be professional, but you can't sit there and say you didn't see a lot of unprofessional shit.
Oh, of course.
Like people be on their phones, they be FaceTiming. They boo. Look at this dude. Look how he looks. They did. What do you expect when you leave somebody with somebody that ain't their own family?
Well, I expect you not to twerk on my grandfather's head or my father's head.
What would you do if you walked in
what?
on your grandfather's healthcare work, and she over there and she like you like this mother.
First of all, if it was my father, I'm like, look, are you enjoying this?
Oh, your father? First off, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm blackmailing her. Do you want to keep your job? No? Yes? Okay. What you want to do, Pops?
That's what I tell. I was like, I'll tell my father because I know my father. I was like, look, if you want me to say something, I'm on the reporter. But if you want me to mind my business,
then I mind my business.
Now, mind you, my mom will have to be passed. I'm not gonna let my father let some woman twerk on her.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm telling mom.
But if he's nonverbal and he slow, go ahead.
He looks very aware and comfortable to me, so y'all need to stop jumping to conclusions. Even though, I do see how he look, but trust me, it's not that. Enough is enough. Stay tuned.
Not only did you breach HIPAA and compromise his confidentiality, you're using your authority to take advantage.
And I'm not even. Let's take it a step further. You doing this on TikTok on a social platform, and the dude is naked taking a shower.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Of him. You're a healthcare worker. You're supposed to help him. People need to understand not all virality is good virality. I'm hoping they revoke your license, ma'am, or whatever registration you needed in order to care for people like this.
Oh, she's
from Atlanta. There are so many educated Black men and women out there. Come on, ma'am. You could have really made yourself something, but this is just degrading these people. This is terrible.
Listen, man. When I seen this video, it made me say, and for all the CNAs that's out there, y'all know this shit ain't right. Let me see what it says. It says, Lord have mercy, but old men want that treatment it's horrible, but they wasn't going to report it. Let me see right now.
Of course they not.
Okay, so this is the thing. It could have been where the old man wanted this type of treatment, and he was like, "Listen, I know you working right now. I'll give you extra $50 if you slow dance on me and make me feel good or whatever." Maybe she just cool like that. She want to have fun and joke, and he cool with it. But it don't look right.
It don't.
When he's like, and you got his head, and you were picking his head up, and he taking him a bath, but you grinding your ass on his face. I'm sorry. He might love it, but his niece, when she walk into the room, is gonna whoop your ass.
Yes.
That's just what it's gonna come down to.
Did you see the one where the CNA worker fell in love with the old man? Because when she changed the diaper, he had a huge joint.
That was a show.
No,
where she was messing with him.
No.
Then
That's the King's Man. I'm talking about real life. This woman did. She was on the news talking about it.
She was cleaning him off and saw that he had a huge penis.
Yeah, because the family found out that the old man made her his girlfriend, and the family was like, "What's going on?" And then when she was talking, she was explaining herself on the news. She was like, "Well, I was changing his diaper one day, and I just I fell in love. I gotta find it, but I'm dead serious."
So you was cleaning this man, changing his diaper.
Yes.
Does it work?
Apparently it does. I don't know.
Like you're I mean, I don't know, man. That's got to be breaking some rules for sure.
Oh, 100%. But the family was like, "Yo, we not going for this."
I wouldn't be going for it either. You. So what you telling me is you raped my grandfather.
He wasn't complaining.
He can't move. If you can't move and all you can do is
oh my
God. Blink if you want this. He always blinking. Okay, cool. Yeah, on me.
I was like, oh my.
You're like, go clean my grandfather off. He used the bathroom. Okay, I will. They say, you hearing Pretty Ricky in the hell y'all doing back there? Yeah, on me.
Oh man.
You look, the internet is undefeated. I don't know.
Just savage.
Yeah, I don't know why people do what they do.
People are damaged.
But but going back to, and I'm not saying white folks don't do this, do ignorant shit, but why do we always have to why do we got to do the most ignorantness out of everybody?
Because I believe our culture makes it like
fun
and entertaining.
Okay.
I think that's where we go wrong.
I think it's funny. I just think it's a dark kind of funny.
Or maybe that's the problem that we think it's funny.
If she would have made a video of him agreeing to it, it's still kind of messed up because he might be slow. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, there's something wrong with him.
I got a friend who's slow.
Okay.
And I used to he loved dancing. I let him go out. I take him out. He go break dance and shit. And everybody would be like, go in, go. Right? And he'd be doing all his things, having fun. I'm having a good time. But I could see how somebody could think I might be taking advantage of him.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was just going there. He fun. I have fun. It's just pure fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I digress. Well, on that note, we did about an hour and a half. We're gonna let y'all live. Today is Monday. Unfortunately, the Buffalo Bills did not win last night's game.
Tough
to move into the Super Bowl. So it's another repeat. I called it. I said it was going to be the Chiefs and the Eagles.
So if you keep calling to work every Sunday, y'all need to start showing back up.
Yeah. You talking about people at our
job?
Yes. Take y'all ass to work. Don't let football consume you coming to work, making a decision for yourself if you're going to make it. But make sure it's because you want that paper.
Yeah.
Don't go to work thinking it's just for them, for the working people.
It's for you.
Because fuck your job. It's about you and what you need to get done for you. All right? Today Monday. Go grind. Go enjoy yourself. Go find out what you want to do, and make sure that you being treated white. Being treated right, ladies.
You said treated white.
Treated white too, goddamn it. Because I got.
It's about to be Black
Oh,
History Month.
that's what I'm gonna tell you. The last thing about the white girl thing, I told you, my girl, she'll send me food from work to work, right?
Oh yeah,
little treats and stuff. And she usually, if she fix my lunch or something, she'll write a note. She always writes notes in there, little love notes and just appreciation notes. That's her touch, right? And it goes a long way with me because I'm like, yo, that's real. I really appreciate it. She goes the above and beyond, right? Now I'm at work. I'm working at ECMC. I see another fellow officer. He's talking to a white girl. Apparently, she brings him coffee every day. And then on the sleeve of the coffee, she writes a little note like, you know what? You've done a lot of shifts. I appreciate you. I know you can keep going. She's giving motivation. She's putting the fuel into what the man needs. The same way my lady put in the fuel, the things I need to keep me going. Listen, that's the position that I think a lot of men and most men want. And unfortunately, me personally, I'm just saying for myself, I did not get that or see that from the black women that I dated. I'm not saying they're not good women. I'm just saying I didn't see that above and beyond motivation, giving positive energy.
Oh, well, that's the thing. And I think that's where we go wrong. Because that's I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that's
my perspective.
Your experience.
That's my experience. I'm not saying
I've been motivated
that there
by
aren't
black
women because I know
Yes.
my mother and other women. There are great black women out there that motivate
Yes.
their man
100%.
that try to bring peace and energy, positive energy into their man. But from my experience, I did not get those things from the women I've been with on a consistent basis.
And I think when I said, like I was saying earlier, I think the whole they do it and they don't.
No, my woman does it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of.
Well, that's what I mean is that's how it comes off.
Yeah, what I'm trying to tell you is that was my experience with the black woman I've dated versus the woman I'm with right now. My woman does that. Guess what? I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a lot of ain't shit white women out there too. Okay, that don't know how to please a man or put positive energy.
You gotta keep it fair. That's all.
So it's on both ends. I'm just saying, as a whole, I seen more from these experience from mine, and I see and the other guy I saw and other women I've seen, they are more. They're not as, and this is just white people in general as a race, they're not as tainted as we are. And I mean that in a way of we feel like we've had a struggle, which we have struggled. Our culture has struggled, have been used and abused. And from that culture has caused us to be jaded in some ways towards each other. Towards in family, the family structure of black people are not as solidified as I think it should be.
Well, yes, and this is where we have to break that.
And because our
generational curse and make better decisions regarding families and things like that.
And because we have, and I'm not saying white folks' families is all perfect and dandy. It's not, because honestly, and I love my girl, and I love her family might be more messed up than my family.
Yeah, every
family, and it's wrong to say, but it made me feel good.
Everybody got their issues. Every family's gonna have their issues.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. Black, white.
I think it's just how you grew up.
Yes,
how you deal with the issues. Like I said, white women tend to not want to have confrontation because they want to be liked. So I feel like they're more agreeable. They don't really. I think they care more about being liked. Black women care more about being respected. And I think sometimes they don't know how to express it always. So that sometimes they express it in another way that makes it come off as that they're not agreeable.
Do you think now comparing? Do you think?
Because it takes two to argue.
And I hate to say it like this. Do you think white men express themselves emotionally better than
Than black men?
to their women? I know as black men, we had to say, well, we can't express our emotions.
No.
So you think? Because I don't know.
You say, do I think white men express their emotions better than black men?
No. Do I think white men express their emotions to their women?
To their women?
To their women.
No.
Because there's
I think black people express their emotions more than white people do. But the problem is we express our emotions not in a positive way.
Okay.
White people don't express their emotions. They don't say nothing. This is why white men kill white women.
Jesus Christ.
They don't express what they feeling till they explode, and then they kill them, the kids, and everybody else in the house.
I'm saying it like this because we see the guys at work.
Yeah,
we see you see white guys joking around. They'll sit there and try to hit each other in the junk, and they'll make all these girly sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it's more of a free and accepted
freedom
space. You know what I mean?
They're more. I would say this. I think white culture is more accepting of being themselves as black, but black people, we're more expected on our side to be a certain way.
Yeah, I believe there's like more rules to how we move.
Yes, and that's probably based off of how this country was made and how black people were treated through generations, and it's trickled down in our culture to where we're like, yo, you got to be a certain way. There's a reason why black people are more homophobic. Yes. We're more a certain way of you. If you're not this religion, we have a certain way about us. Whereas white people are more like, hey, be what you're gonna be. I'm not saying there aren't hate groups and people who don't like certain things.
Yeah,
they're known for that too.
That's
but
true.
I think as time has gone on,
but even in their hate, they're free to express it to a degree. They find other individuals.
Well, you always free to express yourself when you holding a shotgun.
Which that's true.
When you holding a gun, you can express yourself how you want to express yourself.
About it. I think about other than like the Black Panther, and like maybe Nation of Islam. Like how many really groups do we have that express their, I guess, dislike? I'll say their hatred for white people. And I can't even say Nation of Islam does that anymore.
Well, let me say this.
I haven't.
You ever seen the movie The Wire? Or the show The Wire?
I've seen The Wire.
Okay, you remember Brother Mazone?
Vaguely, yes.
All right, he was a
been a while since
he was like an enforcer from New York, but he was a Muslim type guy, bow tie, suit kind of wearing dude.
Oh yeah.
He said the biggest danger to any, the biggest thing government is scared of is a nigga with a library card. A black man who's educated, who know himself and know why things are the way they are. What I'm saying is, if black people were more knowing who they are, knowing why they are the way they are, and just getting more into who they are in the mind, I don't think we would be as sensitive or have so many rules of what is black.
Yeah, I mean, think about Malcolm X, right?
Yes. Yeah.
They left him alone because he was spewing all that hate, right? Hatred for white people. So the minute he went to Mecca and came back and was like, everybody
can work together.
They was like, he got to go.
Well, yeah, because it was against their agenda.
Yeah.
If he's on one side, now we can use him.
Yeah.
But if he's like, oh no, we all can work together and we can all see what the real problem is of why there's a division.
They didn't want the problem fixed. They wanted black people to stay on this side.
Because they are the problem.
Oh, of course.
That's what it is. And they said, well, now that he knows the truth, we have to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is what it is. All right, y'all. We're gonna stop now before we get in too deep.
Yeah.
And we can't pull ourselves out. All right. So go get the grind on. We'll see y'all Friday. All right. I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
Y'all have a good week.
Hey man, it's the social norm. I love you, mama.
Nigga! That's gotta be racist.
Daddy.